Hello Cancer, today is Saturday, October 19th, 2024, and you know what the saying goes, there is no worse blind person than the one who does not want to see. Today, you may go through a transit in which you particularly do not want to realize that there are things not going well, and you must assert yourself to clarify them or demand that something causing you harm stops. Sometimes, you feel you can't find the words or resources. You might feel that saying certain things could permanently harm you. However, the situation might be the opposite. You just have to try without regret about what you did. Learning to be determined is a skill that must be cultivated by yourself, otherwise, it will definitely be the main cause of a wave of situations where only you would be harmed for not communicating well or not talking about your emotions. You definitely won't be very happy until you lift that weight off your shoulders. You will feel a great need to help someone. Mainly out of fear of what might happen to them or wanting to see them happy. Still, you will want to set certain boundaries to continue with that help. Imagine you are helping someone, and it's not just a one-time assistance, but a long-term project. You might set schedules or tell them you can only help after your work or something similar, something that won't wear you out. So be careful with the words you use in other matters because, even if you don't mean it negatively, they may tend to be misinterpreted, and undoubtedly, the gesture could harm you. Now, let's get to the specific details regarding love, health, work, and your compatibilities for today. In terms of health, be cautious of stumbles or falls. You may be prone to sprains, fractures, and other things. If you feel there are things ironically that you can't clearly distinguish, you should see an eye specialist to avoid any accidents that could severely harm you. This will undoubtedly be something you need to evaluate seriously. Your skin might feel a bit more sensitive today, so use sunscreen all day to avoid discomfort from sunburn or heatstroke, especially if you have to go out. Even if you have to stay indoors, remember that being near a window where the sun shines all day acts like a magnifying glass. You should apply cream even when you're at home. Regarding work, you will see a lot of movement at your workplace today, but you need to evaluate whether any of these changes harm you or help you grow in some way. Don't fall into extreme anxiety thinking you might lose your job because it will result in a lot of negative actions or worsen a situation. If it's not part of your changes, you'll become part of the negative people, and you are not negative at all. So, learn to handle things externally. Swallow the negative things you see, improve what you can improve. And who will get the credit in the end? Well, you, which is what matters. If you're looking for work and also want to be in tune with your style and perspective, look diligently. Don't stop searching, but be more specific about the sector you want to find. As for the economic and financial matters, someone who cares for you may disappoint you a little due to their negative attitude over some gossip. Don't cling to that, especially if it's related to money. Don't give too much power to third parties that can harm your balance, especially if you have a business or something you're carrying out with another person, and you casually discover that they are very negative or don't see things clearly. Don't let that situation overwhelm you. Give time to time, but above all, let it not influence your finances. You will know how to register yourself well, and that's something to congratulate you on. It's something to celebrate whether you have the money you want or are still working for it. You will feel certain that you are in good tune with abundance, even if it doesn't seem like it sometimes. But you will be in good tune. Regarding love, there is nothing that cannot be resolved with communication. But as you often manage to understand your partner's vision of what they mean, this makes you a being of love, someone who truly expands the term love to unimaginable limits. And what will make the stars align for you today? It's that you truly know that everything is true, that what your partner tells you is true, and that everything will turn out well, regardless of the current state. But if there is love, that love will vivify and grow even more today. Therefore, you will be extremely loving, and your partner will love to hear from you, enjoy being by your side, and cherish your very presence. So contribute to that, it will turn out great. If you are single, some improvised situation might be the determining factor in the attraction you feel for someone you might be getting to know, whether in person or digitally. Because nowadays, feelings tend to mix regardless of whether it's in person or long distance. Although it might not be love at first sight, it could be something that will need to be nurtured over time. If you manage to catch attention appropriately, you might have a future partner knocking at your door. Take advantage of that attention positively, and you will do great. Also, be careful of being part of a love triangle unknowingly, like dating someone who is married. It often happens that if you are getting to know someone and don't know them completely, there might be people unfortunately who are liars. So make sure you are feeling things for the right person. As for your energy, the first signal for harmony today is distancing yourself from negativity. This is precisely the main step to attract good, positive, and productive things. Otherwise, you would be going in circles without obtaining the results you expect. The positive situation you need to boost today is having conversations with life's allies, whether related to work, love, or friendship. It's time to talk directly. Don't leave it for another day. Today is the day to send a message, write, call, or check on each other and, above all, create new bonds and memories that will be part of your future. On the negative side, be careful not to blatantly ignore that someone might be trying to get your attention about an issue that could be due to some fault of yours and not accepting it. This could generate significant problems in your environment, and you will need to evaluate how to accept them. Try to handle things carefully, because sometimes you might act impulsively and end up harming yourself. Also, be careful with indecisions and personal conflicts. Don't rush your time. Issues with people may arise from not knowing how to speak or express your opinions. You will have some inconveniences if you don't learn to control your words. So remember that people care more about how you say something than what you say. For students, it's a time for studying, concentration, and wonderful discipline. You will be so focused on your activities, and that will be excellent for achieving what you want. As for compatibilities, today you will have a wonderful day with these three signs. First, with people of your same sign, you certainly have a day full of closeness and emotions that are heightened in a good way. Nothing will hinder you or hold you back. Second, with people of the sign Gemini, you will have a fascinating, positive, active, and joyful day without conflict. Third, with people of the sign Leo, you will have an incredible day full of energy, strength, initiative, leadership, and almost everything. On the negative side, you might have some kind of argument or distancing with someone of the sign Virgo, but remember that only for today and only if you argue. I wish you an absolutely wonderful day. Until tomorrow.